Welcome to Global Insiders Podcast. I am Ryan, the peripatetic one, bringing you information about opportunities relating to jobs, traveling, and any information that can elevate you to your rightful place in this thing called life. You can find more information and how-to methods on globalinsidersgroup.com. That is insiders with an S. And here is today's show. Hello, insiders. I know many of you are interested in moving to Canada. Well, my guest today, Laferne, gave us great information about how to move to Canada for school. And in today's episode, she will be adding to this information as she will be talking about work life in Canada. Welcome back to the show, Laferne. Please introduce yourself to the insiders.
Thanks, Ryan. Again, my name is Laferne Powell, and I live here in Canada. Just here to give you, to educate you a little bit on what I know.
Okay, excellent. The last time we spoke, you talked about school. Could you give us a recap about how things went regarding school life?
That sounds very general, but school was fine. I completed my 2-year courses in 1 year. It was tough, but it was manageable, and I made it out, thank heavens. But school was good. It's different from what it is in Jamaica, but again, you just have to be strong and set a foundation, and it worked out fine for me.
Okay, so I mean, you finished like within the allotted time or before or a little?
I finished before the allotted time.
Okay, excellent. And what was the transition like? Because it's one from school to work life.
It's a good transition. I find one of the things here in Canada that I don't see happening in Jamaica. I think when I did my degree in Jamaica, everything was more theoretical. Here, everything is more practical. So it's like you're going to school and you're being thrown into real life situations, or they're presenting real life cases. So you know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. I found that made the transition from school to work really easy because I was already going into work knowing what was expected and knowing exactly what to do when the situation arises. So it was a good transition for me.
Okay, great. And just a little, I mean, I don't know how much you know about this, but how do you feel about recruiting agencies and so forth? Because, I mean, they are everywhere. So for persons who might be in another country and want to move to Canada and so forth, what is your feeling about that? How do you feel about that?
So I think one of the first things when using a recruiting agency is just to ensure that they are registered. I'm guessing ensure that it's a legitimate business, because I know a lot of persons have been scammed out of money. So it would just to do due diligence to ensure that you are going with a legitimate company to get through everything that you need to get through. After that is said and done, I think once they're legitimate and you can find them if anything goes wrong, that should be fine. But I don't see any. I've known people who have used them before, and it all worked out. So I think it's just to do your due diligence.
And I'm assuming that the best place to start that due diligence would be on the government website?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So stick with those then.
Yes, stick with those on the government website. And if you find one that's not on the government website and say you want to use it, I find Google is really good with reviews. So if you go and you find a lot of good reviews, and knowing someone who have used it before is also a good thing.
Okay.
Nothing beats than when you find someone who's been in the situation or have used the same process, and then you can learn from them.
Okay, great.
So that's good.
Great. That is why you're on the show right now, because we want to give people that real life experience. I mean, we want to share what has really happened to someone else instead of just going on Google and
Mm.
doing the research and it's just words coming back to you or even a video or whatever, but we're giving them something here to add to it, something
Yeah.
closer. All right, nice. Um, so, what was your application process like? I mean, transitioning
For
for work, for work.
So again, because school prepared you so much, so I find maybe in the last 3 months of school, we had a lot of job fairs at the school,
Oh, wow.
and this potential employers came in, and you would go in with your resume, and also you would go in with presentations. So they gave you an opportunity to present yourself. A lot of people in some cases get hired from the job fair. So you're basically going in, you're being hired and in some cases before you're even finished school.
How long,
So that was the good things.
how long did it take you to get this job?
After finishing school, I'm going to say roughly 3 months.
Okay, that is good.
And
That is
and
very good.
it is, and I wanted to take a month break. So yeah, I did.
Wow,
So
wow.
yes.
So there's really like a shortage of professionals that Canada is still searching for and in need of.
Yes, there is. And again, transitioning from school to work here is pretty good because the schools, they set you up for success. They don't just give you a degree or a certificate and say, hey, you're on your own. I find they provide even after school services. So after you've graduated and you're now alumni, like they still help you along the job process for as long as you need them. They're there to help you. And the services are free, totally free.
Wow, this is incredible information. Maybe we have to touch back on how to attend school again. And basically, you would say do your research online for the schools and then get your documents together. That was a big thing that we spoke about the last time. Make sure
Yeah.
that you have your documents. So even if you're not
Yes.
thinking about moving at this moment to another country, try to gather your documents so you can have them in one place so you can apply for a job or apply for school because this is incredible
You're ready to
information.
go.
Yeah, ready to go.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay, good. Did you have to change your visa?
So you would definitely need to change your permit because now you're now moving from student status to worker status. And that again does not take long. So I'm going to say it's a roughly 3 to 4 months process. And again, I don't want to mislead you, but I'm going to say it's dependent on the field that you're in.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not a long process because you're already here. You have your visa and you have your permit. You're just kind of let's say you're transferring. You're
Yes.
moving over.
Yes.
Yeah, and then go ahead.
Yes. So all right. So we have that. So basically, this would start to happen once you're nearing the end of your studies. Like this,
Yes.
this is a part of the school helping you to get ready for the work world. So you try to change your visa in that period, or you would change your visa once you get a job. That's what I'm trying to clear.
Once you get the job. So you would change
Okay.
it once you get the job. So you need the job first. However, you start to gather all your documents. Again, the documentation is the best part. So you go on the website and you see everything that they require. A lot of it you can get without the job, but you need the job. So you get everything. So once you get that job, you can put all your documents in now, and then that's it.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that. So, no, I mean, good benefits such as healthcare and time off are always a huge topic. Canada seems to fare well in this discussion. What has your experience been?
For me, I find here there are good health benefits and for workers, but it only happens at full-time workers. So I've had full-time, part-time, and relief jobs, and you only get a benefit as a full-time worker. And the benefits are usually pretty good.
Okay.
So
Can you list any of them?
Sure. So your prescriptions are covered, and gosh, I wish I had. Let's see. So your prescriptions are covered, whatever is not covered under your regular health card from the government. So you have drug benefits, you have dental benefits, and it goes around. So every year you would get a sum, and you can basically use that sum in the entire year. There's benefits for optical benefits. So you have eye care, you have physiotherapy. Trust me, there's a bunch of benefits on my insurance right now that I don't even know what they're for. Some of the things that I get covered for, I can't even pronounce. But the benefits are really good. Okay. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, good. I like that. All right. I mean, so benefits are good. Without going into much detail, how about pay? Satisfied, satisfactory, excellent? What would you say?
I'm going to say satisfactory, but this is the thing too. If there's always room for growth and improvement, and I could have had a better paying job, but I chose where I am now because of the flexibility. So people going into the job market, if you know what you want, it's easy to get it. Because if I decided I want let's say a better paying job, it means I would now take a job that limits me 9 to 5. However, with my current job as a program supervisor, I have the flexibility. So I make my hours for the week. Okay. So if I have something to take care of, let's say I have a personal appointment Monday, 9 to 12, it means I can go into work between 1 to 6 or 1 to 5, and then I can flex my hours and just do a 37.5 hours throughout the week. So it gives me that range of flexibility to do a lot of things, and I prefer that over a higher salary.
Okay, understood. Well, this is even sounding better than even what I was imagining. So, I'm getting the feeling that you have a situation where you can have a flexi week.
Yes, that's what I have.
Okay, excellent. That's good stuff. This might put you on the spot, but I must ask, what are the major drawbacks you have experienced in Canada overall, and also regarding work, especially regarding work?
I think one of the major drawbacks, and I'm going to say it's a lot of persons or employers like to use the term Canadian experience, and I've never truly understand what that meant. Because for me, if I'm a psychiatrist in Jamaica. It means I'm a psychiatrist in Barbados. I should also be a psychiatrist in Canada, because people are people wherever they are. Like a disease or a diagnosis doesn't change based on the country you're in. So I don't see why some employers like to limit their employee to having Canadian experience, or to say, you don't have enough Canadian experience. Okay. So I find that is the only drawback. But there's a solution for that, and if you don't mind, I'll just jump into it.
Oh, I need it, definitely. Please go ahead.
Volunteering in this country counts as work experience. So while you're going to school and you're having an education, you can volunteer once or twice a week. Just volunteer with something in your field, and it's very easy to find because people like volunteers. It's basically having someone giving them experience, and they're doing full work for free.
Okay,
that solves it.
Yes, and that's a big secret also. That's a secret that something I use when I just started working also, and something that all college students should really get onto. I mean, for many persons, they might think it's not worth it, but that's the way you get your foot in. That's the way you get your foot in.
It is.
Yes. So great advice.
It definitely is. It doesn't only look good when you're applying for work. Like it gives you a good feeling to say that, you know what, I'm in a situation where I can give back to someone. And volunteering, it doesn't take a lot of time. If you're flexible and you want to go volunteer somewhere, let's say 2 hours for 3 days every week, or if you want to volunteer 1 day or 2 days, full days for every week, it's basically up to you and the needs of the company. But it's a really good thing to do.
Yes, definitely. No drawbacks there. All right. So, do you feel as if there are limits to the things that you can accomplish in Canada?
I think the biggest limit to anything you can accomplish anywhere is yourself.
Okay. So,
If you don't know,
go ahead.
if you don't know what you're doing or what you want, it's one of the hardest thing. I think the easiest thing is to decide what it is you really want, and then just to set your mind and focus yourself on that thing.
Okay. Am I prying too much if I ask what is your Canadian dream?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you're not. I'm joking.
Okay.
My Canadian dream. I think my overall dream is just to be in a good job, which I think I'm there right now because of how I can make my hours and how flexible it is, and just to have a house and a family. That's my dream right now.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so what about social life? How is it and how would you compare it to back home? Without going too personal, but just in terms of, in general, what's available and what you can do and so forth.
I'm going to say social life here is good for 8 months out of the year. It depends on the type of person you are. In winter, when it snows every day or it's frigid cold outside, I don't want to do anything and I don't want to go anywhere. But the thing is, like, especially if you're in Toronto or the greater Toronto area, the city never sleeps. It's always booming. So there's always something to do. There are always shows, festivals, events. Even in the frigid cold, there's outdoor activities. So social life, having a good social life, it's dependent on your personality and also your friends, because you don't want to be out there doing things alone, right? Yes. Most of my activities and my social life, it's geared around spring and summer and a little bit into fall. When the weather is nice, you don't get me. I'm outside every day going somewhere else or doing something.
Okay, nice. So are you a big ice skater?
Oh, not at all. I would like to see old bones don't set easily. So.
What about going to ice hockey games? Have you been to any?
I've never been to an ice hockey game, but I want to go skiing and I want to do ice fishing, and I'm hoping to do these next year.
Okay, good. I mean, things wrong with that. So let's change the pace even a bit more. Do you like to travel?
Yes.
Okay.
I like to travel. I've been limited a little bit, but I would like to do more extensive traveling one day.
Okay. How many countries have you been to?
I'm going to say 3. The one I was born in, the one I live in, and I've been to the US.
Okay. All right, nice. And where is on your bucket list?
Actually, I was just talking about this with my sister, and I told her I want to go backpack across Europe. So we want to go to England, and we just want to go just like a 2-week backpacking. I want to see Italy, I want to see France. Just want to do the whole works, the whole European tour. That's what I want to do in a knapsack.
I hear you, backpacking. All right, that sounds good. So please indulge me with my rapid fire questions. So first, life.
Life.
What comes to mind when I say life?
Wow.
Okay, wow is good. Wow is good. I'll take wow. Nice. Okay, next.
Okay.
Future.
Family.
Okay, great. Travel.
Europe.
Nice. Instagram.
Don't have one.
Alright, nice. So, thank you so much for coming on the show, Laferne. How can people reach you on social media?
So that's pretty easy. It's my first name spelled backwards at yahoo.com, and I'll just spell it for you. It's ENREFAL at yahoo.com.
Okay, nice. Alright. So, once again, thank you for coming on the show.
No problem. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening today. I hope you are inspired. You can find more helpful and motivational material at globalinsidersgroup.com. That is, insiders with an S. You can also keep in touch at Global Insiders on Instagram. See you next time, but remember, you can be your own superhero. Bye.